Good afternoon or early good evening to you. This is Fari Hemzi coming to you from lovely but slightly drenched Cape Naples, near the downtown area. Don't Google it; you can't find it. In Florida, Southwest Florida. Uh, as you know, we do these things weekly. It's always recorded. It's always posted on our video channel on YouTube with some hashtags for better people to find it. Um, and it takes about 20, 30 minutes after the webinar is done. We usually start at 4:30. We're today at 5. There's some technical difficulties. My apologies. Part of it is some of our programming staff had a couple of questions for me. I run a tight ship. We don't move it by command. We do it a certain way at my speed. Nickname was Patton at Northrop on the F-18 and B-2 bomber. I still run a tight ship. So, as what did Frank Ramsey said aboard USS Alabama, says those who disagree jump out of the ship now, and he was like 1,000 feet below the water. So, but anyhow, we'll make good progress. Quick housekeeping: Tiger Shark, our premier flagship product, is a third-generation trading software as a system. It's not completely technically system yet, but we have built quite a bit of its modules. It's been developed for about 2 years. We're having a slight problem on a redundancy piece when it comes to order management and and specifically risk management. As you know, the major part of B-2 bomber was its redundancy system. So we're going through that. Last night, we had a fairly good version of the software available. We kept on testing. We found a couple of flaws, still in alpha, and we didn't finish until 2 a.m. So my apologies. But we should have it wrapped up, and then I would think probably, as you know, on the Monday, we're going to be on the U contract, futures rotate, from June to September. I'm pretty sure by the time we get to Monday, we can start doing some beta testing. The software is not available to others. It's not part of any subscription program. It's for the asset management. It actually belongs to Tico Capital Management, not Hemzi Analytics, our sister company. But it's run by a different fellow, another animal like me. His name is Admiral Tico. And anyhow, we got to get some testing done, as there are a number of hedge funds want to participate. And I just don't feel like trading that kind of size unless I have a good risk management in place. So you could imagine what's going on. And we've been at it for 3 months now, but we are close. On other fronts, we officially closed yesterday HA options. There were a couple of folks left. I just did not accept any more subscription from them. I told them, please stop. We're not getting to you. It's not anybody's fault. We appreciate their forbearance, but we're very busy with PMT, PMT Pro, 3 packages on the automated trading, plus 3 levels of indicators. We just don't have time. One had to go. I learned, and that's going to be HA options. I actually need somebody to run it. I need somebody to run it. I may bring it back later, but I've got to find somebody to run it. I can't do it myself. I'm just super busy. And the part of it is the money management. It's taken off. So I'm just super busy. And it deserves the right person with the right temperament. I haven't found it. This market is not easy, and it becomes a gambler's market. I just, it's the delta being 50. It's a bid ask. The number of issues. It's the fact that it doesn't trade throughout overnight. All the good things I see for trading futures, in this day and age, I don't see it an option. Then because of the volatility, I doubt any option player that I know is consistently making money. Those who I do talk to, some of them have left the market. Yeah. I mean, some of them were trading day trading 0 DTE options. They're blown out. Another friend of mine I was told his buddy just got blown out. Option. I want continuous pricing. I want 100 delta. I want to be able to trade at night. Not to engage at night, but at least exit. Or if an event happens geopolitically overseas, I can participate or hedge or get out. I mean, it just, you can't do it with options. Actually, I was talking to Dennis Leontiev, one of our better option managers from years ago, a few days back, and he's having the same issues too. Very, very smart guy. Another Russian who worked for me for about a couple of years, but it's just not an easy market right now, especially those reasons. And if you get futures, why do you want to mess around? I learned a long time ago a lesson from John Bollinger. He said, Farry, you got to put up specific. He says, Farry, you got to put up 2 or 3 products, then do 2 or 3 becomes over the years 5 or 6, and then you got to assess. You want to run at 5 or 6 products, or you want to have to trim down a couple of them that are not successful, either in performance or followership or income. However you look at it, you got to be realistic. Listen, 5 contracts, 5 points. How was the math here? 5 NQs, 5 points. Okay, that's 100. That's $500. That's easily, you can do 3 to 4 of those a day. I'm talking about 5 contracts, nothing. Okay, nothing. Yeah, 5 contracts only needs $8,000. Okay, that's about $1,500 a day. If you do the math, it doesn't make sense to stay and do the options, especially as a subscription. I just don't have the time. At the end of the day, it's really where the dollars are and opportunity costs. I'm not going to be 22 anymore. So I've got the futures book. So with all due respect, as of yesterday, I've decided that we're closing HA options. There's a link here where we're going to deactivate it today or tomorrow. Larry did that. That's not my specialty, our CTO. That's it. That's the 2 items. Update on Tiger Shark, and we're discontinuing HA options because other products are taking so much of our attention that we got to pay attention to them and do a better job, a quality job, than to be spread apart. If you were in my shoes, you would do the same thing. Now, I know a couple of guys are going to be upset with me. There's a friend of mine's on vacation. I really don't care. I really don't. Remember, was it the U.S. Marshals at the bottom, top of the dam? Oh, but the fugitive. That the doc tells him, I'm not guilty. I didn't do it. He goes, I don't care. It really doesn't matter. It comes down to dollars and cents. This is not an emotional game. You just have to look at the risk involved. All right. Well, let's moving on. Hi, Siamak. How are you? We just started. We had technical issues. Yes. Let's go to econ data. Siamak, this is the one I'm talking about. This page. US econ, econoday.com/byweek.asp. Question customer equals US. Okay, that's where you want to go. All right. These are the red reports you want to watch out. We did have EIA, which I don't pay attention to because I don't trade oil, but I do want to look at the mortgage app. No, that's a black dot. That means a black point. That means small, kind of immaterial. But I'd like to see what the potentially real estate folks are doing. And one good area is the purchase index. So it's ticking down a little bit. Unfortunately, we don't have no consensus for it. So, and it's weekly. Remember, that's weekly. That's a week behind usually, yeah. Obviously, it has to be that time. Let's go to international trade. Negative 62 prior, revised down to 60. Consensus of 76, up by okay, so less. There was a less trade. This is short follow trade. Okay, then consensus of 76. 78 to 70 to 63. Remember, it's in reverse. So the bigger number is up front. And then negative 74. Okay, so basically we are importing more than we are exporting by bigger amounts than last week. Last month. I'm sorry. This is April. That was May. Right. Okay. Well, part of it is also dollar. Don't keep that in mind. Okay, tomorrow, jobless claims, we know that. Wholesale inventory is a black, you see the dot, that's black. Okay. Nat gas, I don't look at, so I'm done there. But balance sheet, yes. Take a look at balance sheet tomorrow. So this is the second week. What the heck happened to PM? Okay, so they reserve. The first week was only 2 days. Yes. Okay. So next week is the week we want to watch. Yeah, CPI and PPI. That's going to be crucial, including expiration, right? 16 is going to be expiration. Now, one more thing. If you trade futures, the 9th is the last day for futures to be trading a June contract. By declaration from CME, and more people are beginning to accept that. It's moving to, I'll give you a link here. Yeah, it's moving to Sunday rollover, okay? And it's not be complete at nighttime because of Globex. That's normal. Sorry, I'm giving you too much detail, but I want to be very, very clear with you guys. By Monday morning, so that would be 12. Here's the roll you want to use. This one. This link you want to use. Hold on. I'm gonna take this up. Take this down. Go here. And put this here. Sorry. This is the page you want to tag and watch or keep in mind. Okay, 223. This is new. So month 6. That's June. Expiration is the next Friday. The rollover for the U contract, the next contract, becomes the 12th, which is Monday. So 9th is the last day of a current contract. Keep that in mind. So we're going to go through expiration with PPI, CPI. That's going to be one hell of a firework next week. So we have a new contract and we CPI, PPI plus expiration. Okay. Remember, these are triple witching. Yes, because quad witching is gone after one Chicago shut down the single stock futures. All right, so that's it. That's our view for next week. So we're going to watch those two plus expiration and new contract. Those of you who use Orb, by the way, it's all built in. If you're using the Orb software, it's all built in. As a matter of fact, Monday morning, it won't let you put in the M contract, and you got to put the U in. Why is that? Because we had a couple of bozos in Chicago saying, these are ex-Floor guys. There's a reason they're ex-Floor guys, yeah. Well, not because Floor closed. I'm talking about a long time ago they left. They were saying, well, we like to move on Thursdays. I said, listen, the exchange tells you when to move. I really don't give a damn what you think or who you are or why. It doesn't matter who am I either. The exchange says this is the date. That's where the volume is. That's where the liquidity is. We're going to move on that day. Well, one of them was running a system house for us. This is what we did. I said, okay, last time. Last time we're going to do that. I locked it. Have all the programs. So write a couple line of code. Let's test it. They cannot do what they want. This is all I want them to be as a system house because they're impacting so many people. I want them just to be a monkey and press a button. That's it. I don't want them to think. The software is good enough to test. To think for them, and we've got to tie it down. Otherwise, we're going to get a hodgepodge of results. As you know, we report these results. It's a Google Doc Google Sheet that reports it. I can't have a hodgepodge in there. You can't have what do you call it, multi-factor model. It's a statistical game. You cannot introduce apples and oranges. You've got to be clear. Anyhow, at the end, guess what happened? Brute force. We put programmed in. And the following month, as we have to change release dates for each. Control date, end of a month control dates. We plug this in. We put that in. Boom, by then. They learned their lesson. Now they're going to conform, just like everybody else. So again, 12th is roll dates, which is next Monday for the U contract. All right, that's it on the issues there. Let's go to charts. Oh, one more thing. Hold on. Excuse me. There's more. Exactly. Okay. This afternoon. Now, remember, this is a preview. Okay, no problem. You can take a look at it. But remember, you really want to get in when we give you the signal to go in. We put a new trade up. Trade 473 is out, and it's down here. Those of you members go and sign in. Notice what time it went out. The optimal time to trade that in happened to be about the same time. Really didn't make change much. We closed at 4267. There's some targets and so forth. I don't want to show it because for members, go lock in. Just click on it. You see detail. We've been short since June 5th. Now, there was the issue about this page being late. I apologize. I have a lot on my plate. I have a sick dog, and again, I'm packed. We move on my schedule. If you don't think this is for you, you don't want to be part of a Timer of the Decade package, you don't have to. We're happy to walk you through the door, okay? But here's what we have done. And remember, I'll give you advice. This is a nice advice. Call this number. There are about 120 people there, okay? And you can see 10 of them here. And forget how I beat them, the ratios. But you can sell for some of these. Why do you need to be sell for? Why do you want to go after number one, who is very peculiar? He wants to do certain things, and he doesn't want to be pushed around. Go with any of these guys. There are plenty of good people out there. You don't have to be Fari Hamzy. Okay? If you go back, there's about 100, 120 of them. But there's a top 10 in each category. Take somebody else, go with them. Okay? We have too much business. We're very happy as things are. We're not going to bend. Okay? At the same time, we don't want you to be upset or unhappy. If you want to hang around with us, you have to be happy. But if you don't and you want another way, more than happy to see that too. We just want you to be happy. That's all. Go do what makes you happy. But if you got to stay with us, we go on my schedule, not yours. But and then remember, we catch up. We went, and here's my beef. We went long. I mean, we went short. There we go. Actually, right here. We went short on a Monday. The problem was yesterday. And actually, I heard about it this morning that, what do you call it? Why are we behind on this page? And my assistant said, can I just cancel him and refund him? I said, sure. We wanted to do that. But then the gentleman changed his mind. He's welcome to stay, but this is how we move. Okay. What we try to do is manage the expectations. Okay. And we're very different than most websites because it's called performance. High performance speaks for itself. The rest of the stuff is BS. Okay, we're not a marketing operation. We don't have a huge staff. But we just work on what we do, and we do a good job. I think we do. Look at our growth. So now let's go to charts. See how we get here. All right. As you recall, we had a short here, and we had 3 days really good drop. Hit our target. Some people got out. Some people was on technicality, like we were 60 cents. I think we were 30 cents in it on SPY, but about $4 on SPX, not in. So some people stayed on. Majority jumped out. Okay, that's fine. We gave him another chance to get out. I believe it was around here, and we covered it. We went short up here, and actually, end of a month, we covered here. We covered, I believe. Yes, end of a month, we covered, we lost just on the cash basis, not the option side. On the cash basis, I think we lost 17 handles, something like that, or 11 handles, something very, very small. About 1 point on the SPY. But here it hit our target very rapidly. This was a 200% return, I think. No. 120%. 1 day move 120%. Okay. Now, as we covered, look, I did not go long because there was too much noise. This was on the vote. The moment the vote was in on the House side, I said, this is it. Let's cover. It's another month. I did not want to jump in. And then we had 2 huge days. As I mentioned before, I said, we'll wait. We're going to short now. We're getting in excessive area. Now, how do we measure that? Very, very simple. Our true and tested SP2. Look what it was doing. I was convinced we're going to get short again. That's the way to do that. So we shorted Monday night. Little uptick yesterday, and then a good downtick now. But I think this typically is the beginning. We're going to wait. We're going to give it a few days. Now, we did buy an unusual contract this time. Again, I don't want to give the trade away, but go into, we'll do it in a few days, but not first day. Why? The trade is still fresh. It's technically possible. I recommend people going in within a few hours, but let's say by Friday we can post it. But we took a special expiration, so pay attention to that on the expiration. And why? Because it coincides with other trades. And then as I publish it, you'll see what I'm talking about without me getting into too much detail of it. One time, and I'm doing this because not that I want to, nothing hush hush, but one time the trade was shown, and I got a bunch of emails from the client saying, "Why did you show the trade?" Listen, guys, I don't have time for any of this. Okay, I mean, don't be so penny wise and dollar foolish. Okay, be generous. It's okay if a couple of other people see your trade. I'm not trying to hide that. That's not. I'm not trying to squeeze anybody, but just the backlash is worse. Twitter is worse. So, listen, what PMT brings in for us, I make in one day on the future side. If you do the math, it's just that it's a good exercise for me, as it was for 5-10 years. For 5-10 years before that, it was a free exercise for me. Why? Because I need to know market timing. Of course, I was with Time and Digest, but we never monetized it. We gave that out every twice a week, I think it was, on Wednesdays and Saturdays when Time and Digest was publishing. Oh, there was another question. Why is it Time and Digest not doing any more ranking? I don't know. Go ask them. I'm not Time and Digest. I'm not affiliated. As a matter of fact, I like to be ranked by a disinterested third party. That's more legitimate. I don't want to say how good or bad I am. I want a legitimate operation, not interested, not a client, not somebody who's paying us, but not uninterested third party like us among other timers. Go and ask them why. Now, they have asked us, let me show you the email. They have asked us, let's see, now, of course, let me see, time and digest. No, there we go, Time and Digest, there you go, right here. They've asked us to write to them, that we send it out to them, and they'll confirm back. So they're alive, okay? They're alive. This is their email. If you see the email we send out, you see that's in there. There we go. Yeah, Time and Digest. That's their email. So they responded late last night saying, yeah, okay. I mean, not last night, Monday night. Yeah, you're on the short side. Okay. So somehow they're keeping track of the trades. They're not publishing anything. Actually, I'm not sure even their website is up. I don't know what's going on with it. Back then, they said we had a data issue. Again, this is not new news to you guys, the regulars here. The last time they did any ranking, they used to do it once a month, was the issue 704, as mentioned in the web page. When you go here, Pro, this was the last issue, January 20th. Day Biden came in, okay, and 704, and that was the final issue, and that's the one who gave us the time of a decade. I actually that day I was so somewhere else in my head that I didn't even recognize this. It came in, it comes in the issue, so it's page 3 or 2, whatever it is, of the issue. I just said, okay, fine, whatever. And then I opened it, and it says you rank 1. You're ranked for the last 3 years. I said, and then your eye moves, then your eye moves, and the eye moves. I said, holy mackerel. Then I started looking at the ratios, or who was number 2. And to forget down below, these guys got killed. But if you look at the ratios, I mean, I leveled them. But I'll tell you something. There was 2 trades really that made all of that possible. One was the tech, the Trumpkins for that. This is for the stop of the debt ceiling back in 2018, where everything stopped. Again, the Trumpkins came in and said, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. And if you remember, we sold from October to December to Christmas Eve. And the signal came out of August on SQ. We're going to talk about that because that's something we need to touch anyway. Then the other one was another Trumpkin move, which was the COVID. He'll go away like a miracle. Those two moves made me time of the decade. Even though there was something like in 10 years, we probably have, at least for me, about 400 signals. Yeah, probably. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, signals there. Is it 400 signals? That's 400. That's 40. No, that's too much. It's about close to 300 signals to get 10 years. Yeah, yeah. Our average trade is, well, hold on. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing it correctly? Since 2015, when the services started, okay, hold up. This is how we keep track of it. So you should see. There's no secret here. Okay, transparency is my middle name, as one trader said in Chicago. Hold on. Why doesn't let me bring it over? Hold on. Let me bring it over. Sorry. These high-res monitors are very, very finicky. Hold on. There we go. All right. Sorry. So this is how we keep track of all the trades. We have 170 trades since, I think, 14. November 15 when we started. Yeah, we switched over. We said we're going to be this time. We were working on some changes. January 1st, we're going to be using a trade. We're using this new system, and we're already in the push. Not much of a move, but we were in it, so we continued it. Okay, and so in the shape of things was nothing. But we've had 173 since January 14. 10 years would be, that was 20 though. Gotta go back. But if you assume this, hold on, this is 10. Let's see, 14, this is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24 of them has been 173. That's 8. So 200 trades, let's say, a little bit over 200. Our average signal is about 12.7 trading days. These are trading days, okay? Per se. It's about 12.7. So we've been pretty steady in that. So, but anyhow, again, we thank the Trumpkins. Yes. Okay. Let's go to charts. So back to here. All right. So anyhow, this is what my expectation is. We're slightly overbought. Big divergence. You see that? Big reading here. Much, much higher reading here. And lower signal. So there's some divergence are building up. Big move on NASDAQ. Of course, part of it was like, to me, $3 trillion for Apple. I mean, is the company worth $3 trillion? It's more than GDP of many countries. So, yeah. So I said, and it never got there. If you look at it, the top tick was right before the announcement started, about 1:30 on Monday, and we were at 2.97 trillion. And then that's the last I saw in the computational market cap at the time, as reported by CNBC. And then and you've seen what we have done. That was a peak there, that high there. Now we have a big drop here on CI diffs. So a little movement down. It's too early. I'm not predicting a quick move here per se. And we have about a month here, so we'll find out on the option. Now remember, we may continue to trade in the sense that we may close it, stay with a bias, and enter another option trade. That's possible. I've done it before. It's the issue of event driven. We're not quota based. Somebody that said, I've been here 4 weeks, he came in right after. He's one of the people, what mistake most people do. I call them novices because pros don't do that. Never, of course, we've been one of the exceptions, kind of. The time to join an advisor when he's in deep trouble, not when he's really hot. Why? The reason he's hot. Maybe it's a streak, or maybe it's discipline. We like to think it's a discipline. We like to run by certain rules. And so we're not quota-based. We're event-driven. So a gentleman joined, and he says, I've been here like 3 weeks. Nothing has happened. Well, we don't tell you we're going to give you a trade every week. It's market timing. Think about it. Be logical. You want to be a winner, or you want to be just gambler? Just trade for the sake of trading? No, we take our time to find positions that make sense. And hopefully our record, as verified by third party, supports that. So, and convinces you to be patient. So I think on Monday he left. I said, fine, he's gonna miss this part. Now, usually when there's a headache like that, I close them, I refund them, boom, out, and I block them. Don't need headaches. No. Here's what I think. In trading, you do not want bad or negative influences. I have a friend who's not doing well, complains all the time. I close them. Friend of mine. I said, I just can't afford hanging out with people who are negative. I have a mission. I got my targets. I got my fuel. I'm fully armed. Missiles are good. I'm going to go fly this mission. Nobody's going to stop me. I got to do that because today that ends, there's an old Persian say, never come back. So value your time, value what you're doing, and seize the moment. Don't waste your time. We're all given 24 hours in a day. Nobody's got a bigger time than we do, so or less. We're all equal time, so don't waste your time. So if you're not working for you, you are. Now, this gentleman left saying, hey, there's no trade because he came in right after my last signal. Okay? It wasn't paid. And this time we just put a new signal on it. But that's how we operate. We're not quota based. We never said we're on quota. You can't do market timing on the quota. So I'd rather wait until everything lines up. All right, next chart, quickly. We're going too far. I'll be a little bit quicker, guys. I've got 6:30 coming up, I think. But back to testing. Let's see. Forget about DGIA. Okay. Now, somebody's got to explain this to me. Why the trans went up? Is it possibly it's the oil price? There's actually, believe it or not, there's a positive correlation between, up to a certain point, between marginal move in a CL versus marginal move in transportation. This is unusual. I need to find out more. Why? Nancy, did anybody report on the transportation components? Something is off. That S&P closed down and trans is up. And they were not in oversold territory. They were kind of neutral around their 50 and 200 day. So if you find something, let me know. Russell is up, and that was also against the NDX. That's interesting. We have let me go back. Hold on. Remember, I haven't seen these. I look at the same time as you do after the close. I'm talking about, I didn't see the settled data. So I just see it right now. Yeah, these two are pretty every day. This was a pretty every day. Listen, look at this range. Massive range. 380 points. 360 points, something like that. 370 points, somewhere in that range, yeah. So, and they're both negative, and then these two have a direct correlation with are both positive. So we have to study that. I don't know what that is. I'll find out if something's worth talking about. I'll email you. Okay. The trender. Again, you can see it. Just doesn't make sense. These two doesn't make sense. But we'll see. By the way, I think crypto is done. If you had any doubt about it, and your Gessler showing up on CNBC, yeah. I don't know him. I know of him, but he's a good friend of Admiral Esposito when he ran One Chicago, and there's no joke. This guy is not a joke. So I think between FTX and Binance and what else they were after, Coinbase. Some of these guys are going to be into problematic area. Yeah. I wish my cousins remember that. There was a time they were trying to get into not the ones in southern LA. No, sorry, California. There was a northern California. They wanted to badly get into what do you call it? Bitcoin, and typically the husband and wife will call me at different times saying, "What do you think?" And I said, "Guys, don't even go near it." Fabby, it's going to 100,000. It's 50. You told me that at 30. And then at 60, I told you it's going to 100,000. I repeat the same comment. Don't touch these things. And then finally I said, you know what? Let me talk to Admiral Tico. There's a gap on the charts at 27,000. And we went and filled that and then to 16,000. And that is this stuff. So I think they're done. The only reason these things came up was because of SVB. Yeah. A possible default issue. They're all going to go away. We already have a digital currency. Look what we're doing here. We already have a digital currency right here. What do you think this is? We're not moving cash. So it's about a control, but the government has control over it. The government would not allow to have a second government. We shall see, Anita, but I have no idea. That's a good point. She's saying could be a rotation. That's a good point, but I don't know if it's valid or not. It's hard to, from where I sit, because I don't know enough how to measure that. But if it's just gonna be a rotation, then it's noise though. But typically these would lead, so we gotta find out what's going on. It may not be today, guys. As I said, time-wise, I'm really, really bankrupt. But Nancy will work on it. I'll talk to a couple of people I know in New York or this guy I should call in Stanford. He's good at this. Then I can get back with you guys. Okay. New highs went up a tad, but not much. Again, if you look at the weekly chart, very no lows here. Same thing on the new lows. New lows, new highs are not changing for 52 weeks of S&P. We did head up. That's another thing I don't get. How did the Momo went up today? I don't get this. It's just like the whole world is inverted. Something is off. Now we're near 2 sigma. I don't know. Okay, so this is SP1. This is Momo. They both went up with a very strong down day. Oh wow. Now let's see what happened with the Dow. And Dow went up. That's interesting. Okay, this sounds like an episode of Seinfeld, where George is told do the exact opposite. Yeah. Well, George, a loser, he'll listen to anything. He has no confidence. He's got to get out of the mess he's in. Of course, VIX went down. Let's explain. Somebody explain this to me. It doesn't make sense. It should be like this. It's the box around the price, right, of SPX. One call, one put, front month, the near month. It's the 8-way box around the price. It doesn't make sense. Mathematically, I don't get it. Remember, I wrote this before SIBO had it. And Dr. Whaley, who wrote the original VIX, was testing it. He was getting data from me, matching against his and so forth. So I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But then again, what do I know? I just got off the boat, as I explained to that blonde the other day. Yeah. In Miami, right? Okay, 151. We're getting into a range. We had a spike, went to 4 sigma. Remember, the clock starts from a spike, but 60 days. So this still could play. We'll see how far forward we gotta go get to that 60 days. This still too early. I really like these patterns where you make a high, you drop, make another high, and the strong high, along with the strong reading of sigma channel. Okay, these are 2s. This is a 1. This is a 3. No, I'm saying this is a 2 again. Then it goes to 3. Never got to 4. So here we almost touch 4. If you look at it carefully, that dot is a 4. Okay, so. It's funny, I stopped smoking cigars. I'm more thirsty than ever before. I thought cigars dehydrates you. Oh. Okay, 151. So, no signal here, but this is what I would watch daily. Now, I know a couple of guys were discussing what happens here during the day. There's no skew during the day. It's posted after the close. Okay. On our website, no, but if you go to, you may want to read. You want to read more about it. Okay, go to our archives, go like a year back, whatever, go to 20, for example, and then look at the skew chart there. No. Find one with the skew chart. What is this issue? Oh, this is I know what this is. This is the new AWS. Yeah. Okay. Do a search. Do a search on SIBO SQ white paper. Read that. Okay. Yeah. 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 There we go. Yeah. There we go. Take this. Read that. So SQ white paper, January 2011. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, when I first heard about this, we were just coming out of 2009 low. Yeah, from Citadel, the head of volatility at Citadel. Yeah, but by then, by 20, but the year and a half later, they had a PDF. So go and read this. That'll tell you what's going on there and what it's trying to signify. I think this is one of the better charts there is on this skew to give you an expectation of the vols and all that. Okay. This I think we posted on our website. So on the PDF on the PFGs. So let's see what the close is. It's a little bit early. Our view is going to be next 60 days. So if you mark that, this is it doesn't have to be. This is so somewhere between, this is telling me somewhere between June and July we could have a drop. It's not telling you why. As I used to say to CNBC, my job isn't to find the news. You're the journalist. My job is to understand options and futures activity, and this is an option activity. These are options on SPX on the downside. These are put SPX puts, the large contract puts OTM out of the money. So it's about these area. These are the, because they're going to be extra cheap. They buy it in the millions or literally tens of thousands of it. It's absolutely worthless down below short term. But in 60 days, if you know, if just make a small move, actually, they'll explode because they pay so little for it. And it's a pretty good yield they play. Now, sometimes it corresponds with a pretty good drop. 2018, 2020, all of those. The reason I became time of decade was this chart, SQ. But by putting signatures on it and two other lines, high and lows, all time high, all time low. I swear. I swear. And we've discussed it before. As this peaks up, then now you're on a watch. It doesn't say go short it tomorrow, but this says you're on a watch. Now you look at more details and then you pick your spot. And then a little bit of luck. Luck never hurts anybody. Treasuries, okay, upticks again. I'm hearing a little bit from my real estate folks asking me, what do you think? Both on the nervous side because of their holders, so they have interest costs out there. Some of them are variable because things weren't cheap and they got lured into it. It's called greed, and some is possibly less of it to acquire new positions. But interest rates up, 30-year insurance, 10-year mortgage, 5-year cars. Car defaults are very high. I think that could be one of the issues to be a catalyst of a problem, just like what it could be student loans. But we'll see. None of them by themselves would do anything big to us. I think the biggest black cloud hanging over us was this manufactured default, which went away, and then now you're going to see actually more side effects of that in the what do you call it, the crazy caucus, the chaos caucus. But I think White House. I remember I'm a diehard Republican, but White House really played their cards well, and they outfoxed the chaos caucus. But we shall see. And other than that, I really don't see anything major here yet. But also seasonality says we should have problems in September. So there's a toss-up. Next 2 months would be June, July. For them it's August. If you have a normal summer, people are away, doldrums, and then comes September, October, where we have the highest volatility. So this could be again a little bit early, okay, but we're gonna keep an eye on it. I usually look at it about this time of day, each day. Yeah. Again, during the day there was no update, so it doesn't make sense. TD. This is unusual. This is fairly unusual. Okay. Uh, as we tick up, we should down tick. Why are we down ticking now? We had a down tick here. Again, I don't understand this. And you could see a little bit of a mix. Of course, this is the evening time. Yeah, we have opened. Is this? It is still. Is it trading right now? No, not yet. No, but we're close here. Okay. But if you look at the live during the day, uh, the VIX was slightly also inverted. That could be expiration, but expiration is next week for VIX. VIX is the middle of the week expiration anyway. It is middle of next week or the following week. I'm pretty sure it's next week. And then the big boys will rotate this Friday for this Friday. Yeah, yeah. So and we should do the same thing. We just look at the volume. The moment volume is rotating, we start rotating. So we'll watch it Friday morning a little bit to make sure is it this Friday or not. We look at the option station for the expiration of VIX futures, and then we rotate. But this is again, I can't explain this. I cannot. So it's weird. Now, this is normal. We downtick. We have a good downtick there. As a matter of fact, that's what I was keying off of. Again, this is my probably the true and tested adjutant or lieutenant of me. This guy. This indicator has been incredible. And I have Stan Hardy to thank to give me the idea to think about it early on. Of course, we never got there. But then years after, where I was on my own, I said, I need to I'll do this later. Revisit this SP2. But in this form, really basically what we added was colors. These colors change because of features of TradeStation. Stock RSI, we may miss our rendezvous point. We may. Usually we don't. It could be meanders down here and then spike and close up here. Something like this, for example. It misses this part and catches it again. But we shall see. I had hoped this was going to go a little bit higher and drop. I really had hoped this would be a little bit higher, more push on the third signal. Now, I could be wrong, and it may still go to that. Don't be surprised if we close it early. Yeah, we'll keep a very low tolerance up here if it goes up to stop it and then short it again. Yeah, I do not want to be going long here. A little bit. This is where you go long, not up there. But I have no problem with covering it and shorting higher, much higher. So we'll look for a pattern. The issue is pattern. Okay. Lowry's. Now this is the true picture, and this volume makes sense. Okay. And then, of course, RTOI was up. I think. I think Anita, was it you in the chat room that said something about these two up and this is down, or what the other way? These two down and this is up. Yeah. 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 That's. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, this is a little bit awkward for me. Remember, we opened up versus yesterday closed. This is the bar, isn't it? No, that is the opening bar. Okay. Okay, that's the opening bar. Yeah. Okay. Kind of makes sense. I don't know why there's some feels like a correlation is broken down. Something is off. It's just not normal. Okay, this is Peter Cook. Oh, by the way, Peter Cook. Hold on, before we change, let's talk about this. Because here's the two stuff he and I worked on. He gave me this, I gave him that. But here's Peter Cook. He runs our Orb chat room / OTF or the time frame, which comes from Jim Dalton of Market Profile. Again, we post our webinars. This is the one you're in right now. This one, it rotates to next week on the 14th. On the Tuesday, we're honored to have Peter Cook, our chief moderator for our OTF/ORB. Oh, this is an M missing. This should be a Gamma. I'll fix that. He used a package called Gamma Strike or Process. And there's a package to that name. Actually, I plan to subscribe it over the weekend. And he and I are going to do like a one-on-one for me to understand it. But I've gone there, but I never signed up. And then he'll discuss how he trades it. He's pretty uncanny about how his moves come. I mean, he doesn't trade a lot, but he's just precision. And again, very, very patient. Yeah, never jumps in. He doesn't trade for sake of trading. Yeah, and that's why it's going. Yeah, it's going because it's just that you don't put too much at risk. It's methodical about it, and not having a big loss is a big, big difference. The small losses are okay. You can never win them all. Just have to avoid big losses. That's really simple strategy. So he'll be on the 13th, which is Tuesday. Register now when you have time. Because we got to this point, I brought that up. I want to make sure. So, talk about Larry's now. He doesn't take the short side. He only takes the longs. Okay. Tonight at the close, this has gone long. Yes, sir. So, excuse me. And long on the mid cap, long on Russell, and we're still long on this. So all of these are pushing to the upside. But I think we're getting a little toppy. We'll see. That's what SP2 tells me. That's this one out to you guys. We grab it from here. There's nothing else here. Here's where we're trading now. Yeah, you can see. We're actually. Oh, this is the close, right? We have not since the cash close. We have not gone. Yeah, the evening session has an open little session in 10 minutes. Okay, one more chart, and then I'll take your questions. What the hell is this? By the way, we're still running 68, update 68. Okay. We're waiting for 69. It's not here. One of my programs has 69. I told him, no. Let's stay with what's available to customers because I can't issue codes out if you change it with 69. Here we go. Let's go here. There we go. Okay. Wow. Okay. Remember what we talked about last week? I was getting nervous. I was talking. Remember, it was a Wednesday night too. The vote was Wednesday night for the House. No, it's not made for that. No. ANQ doesn't have the internals. I'm not sure, can't say ANQ. NDX doesn't have the internals SPX has. Yeah. Good question, but you don't think I've thought about that? I wish we can't. Good point, though. You're very observant. Whatever you're doing for breakfast, don't change it. Stay with the breakfast. Yeah. Anita is a very smart cookie. It must be the breakfast she has. Let's see. Remember I was saying I was getting nervous about we're below 45, and you see what happened. Again, mean reversion. Now we're back to the kind of never land right in the middle. Or DMZ, demilitarized zone. Again, we're in the area where we don't know. 45 to 55, we're at 57 right now. And now look how crazy those moving averages are. The slope of the moving averages are becoming horizontal. So no show. I mean, no call, no signal. This is that chart right now. We have to wait more for more formation, but you see where it turned around. Again, one idea if you want to do, go back 5 years just to see. Again, as I said this because some of you guys are first time here. You get a perspective of what we talk about. You could see what should be expected values. Remember, nothing replaces experience. I used to hate that when they would tell me, which when I was younger, I would hate that. I would say, what? No, I can do it better. No, there's nothing like experience. You've got to go through that grind. You've got to go through that position where you have no idea what the next hour is. It feels like a next year. That's how the experience is built. Yeah. I mean, hell, I was long in long-term capital. and they stopped trading at 3 in the afternoon. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I mean we dropped 550 points on the Dow, and they stopped trading at much lower scale. So percentage was much higher than we are now. I don't think back then. I have no idea what the scale was. I can't remember, but 550 points on the Dow back then was huge. In '87, that was 22%. No, it wasn't that big as a percentage, but it was 11 years later, and I got stuck. I got stuck for a day. I have no idea how next day came. Yeah, but one of my mentors said, "Harry, it's gonna rally. Can you sit through another 150 points?" I said, "What? Like take a 700 point Dow against me, and I'll close it." He goes, "No, can you?" I said, "I have the liquidity, but I don't want to." Why? I was new. I just said I didn't want to start trading and go crazy like that in my early days. I remember I just lost my mom, and this long story. This was October of '98. She passed away July 4th of '98. So she was so close to me. She was my best friend, and it was tough. I started a separation, and my marriage wasn't working after 11 years, and I just said, okay, maybe I'll hold it. I came back next day, and I had a huge day. But that overnight felt like 2 years. Yeah, so that's how experience is built. It's not in a book at Harvard, or Stanford or Princeton. It's just you got to take it one day at a time. Sometimes it's a gut punch. So, okay, that concludes our discussion here. I'll be more than happy to take your questions. Again, we had some technical difficulties, but I appreciate Michael Stern. I appreciate Nancy, all helped me to keep my composure and put this headset up, which I should. This was charged ready, but I just didn't hook it up. I used that. I'm sorry, Randy. It's not tomorrow, Randy. It's next week. But that's not his subject. That's my subject. Yeah. He's going to talk about OTF. ORB runs by itself. Okay, I wrote that. I need to address that. I'll do a webinar for that. Let's walk through your question and be logical about it, okay? First of all, the webinar is on the 13th, so it's not tomorrow. It's next Tuesday. Okay? We sent a note out. Did you get that? So you should be getting it. You did get it. Okay, so that's one. I don't want you to miss it. But he'll be talking about OTF. He'll be talking about his gamma strike and nations. And this is the nations indices, by the way. This is the stuff that he does. Orb is very mechanical. I can explain it. And there's also we'll need to do an update on that. And there's a user guide. Okay, so we can do it that way, Randy. Okay, so Orb is doing really great now. Orb is killing it. Now we didn't change anything. Last change on Orb was March 8th. Okay, that hasn't changed. But the results are posted from TradeStation, and before that from StoneX. Live money is 13 weeks now. I'm sorry, 13 months. We have run it here since October of 2022. So it's 20 months. Is it 20 months? 8? No, that's 10. Yeah, it's 20 months now. It's 20 months. But in starting May of 2022. No, I'm sorry. October of 21 we started it. Okay, let me go here. I'm sorry. We have a date here. Why am I trying to go from memory? Hold up. There we go. Okay. Here's what we done. So we've traded from October of version 2. Oh, this was actually, yeah, there we go. October of 2021, we started that. Then in May of last year, we started on at StoneX live money, not from us. We're absolutely nothing to do with it. We just sent the code in. They run it, they report it, money's from a third party, and the third party reports it into a GoToMeeting. I'm sorry, I should post that here. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Google Sheets that reports it. As a matter of fact, it's right here, and it's been doing really good. There we go. Go there, and you can see what it's done. Actually, but that's NQ. Forget NQ. We are going to reactivate NQ. We put a stop to this, but we'll see where we are. Okay, 208 trades. I think our last trade is, I've got to add these to it, the Monday and Tuesday. So let's do it. Oh, I have to sign it. Oh, I got to do it a little bit. But anyhow, it's the same number. Changes a little slightly. But this is where we are. Okay. Now, what you want to read is the user guide. User guide is recorded. And we're more than happy to do a seminar on that. That's a good suggestion. Okay. But Orbisnet is a specialty. Okay. That's my product. But he's been helping me manage in the room and test it and so forth. He does get the code, not the encrypted code, and he runs it. But we need time for other stuff on that this time. But we'll do another webinar on that. I'll promise you. Let's say within I can't say within June because my schedule is busy, but I'd say within the next 30 days. Okay, we'll do one on that. Or if you have a specific question, I can answer that too. But the user guide should be good. There's a webinar there you could watch. There should be a webinar here. But you know what? It's time to put a new one in there. I have no problem with that. By the way, this has changed dramatically. We have to make sure we change it for you. This is $5,000 now. Yeah, it's really come down. That's why we dropped our requirements for the cash needed. So, Anita, are we still in a bear market? Your trading abilities, you to press a button. It's automated. Can you press the button? I know what you mean, but I'm trying to pull your leg. It's the button you gotta use. The machine does it itself. There's no intervention. Yeah. I can have you come to the chat room. I'll give you a free trial. No problem. You can take a look. It's automated. You sit back and drink your coffee, but you should be there. You just can't jump in and out. Okay? I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Let me know. Send me a note. Let me know. But it doesn't. The machine does all the thinking for you. Remember, it's a preset. Okay? It's not AI in the sense that it'll figure out what to do tomorrow. No. We never said that. We'll not make that claim. No. That's why we showed the losses. It had losses. You could see. It looked for certain patterns. Those patterns occur, you're a winner. But the market doesn't give you the same pattern all the time. If it does, you're gonna have continuous losers. Who wants to be a continuous loser? Right? So the market texture will change. There are enough powers to be up there in size that change that. So somebody like you and I cannot go and corner the market. Or me and Peter or whatever. Me and my program cannot corner the market. That's all. But if you look at it, you can see the test results. I mean, take a look. Okay, it has losses, but look at the expected values. If you look at it, yeah, look, you can see it's not a straight line. No system, no market is a straight line. No system can be a straight line. The issue is long over time. What does it do? Okay, I mean, just like there were times we were at 80% a month. Yeah, NQ was doing and MNQ 80% a month. It cannot sustain that. Why? The pattern changed. Well, for example, last July was a bad month for us. Well, look how it was September, October, and November. My cousin put in $30,000. She lives in Germany. With the StoneX, $30,000. But December was $168,000. I have the paperwork. $168,000 versus 30. So It's just so the husband was going to go get a Rolls Royce. I said no. I said you didn't. I said tell him. Well, she's my cousin. He married her. I said tell him this is Hamzy project. We can't make this money for you to go buy a Rolls Royce. This is for the kids. We'll buy a Rolls Royce next year. Yeah, that was like 5 times return in about. She came in 4th of August. I remember. No, she came in 8th of August. 8th of August she came in. By December 1st was 168,000. Yeah. And she actually didn't believe it. She couldn't read it right. She said, "What is there's something wrong here, Frank? I think they made an error." I said, "Made an error? What are you talking about? Tell them to wire it back. Wire it back." She goes, so this is 168,000. I said, yes, it is 168,000. I built something special. Now, does it need some tweaking? Yes. But we're not going away. We keep looking at it. Except I got a detour. It's got, you know what it's called? It's got Tiger Shark. Hold on here. If you go here, I will give a little hints of it so you understand I'm busy. I mean, listen. I have a family to manage. I'm the oldest in the family now, by hierarchy of Persian culture, and to me, that's my gift to my family. I'm going to leave over. You could see tiger sharks. Yeah, so we're busy with tiger sharks. It's a next order. It's the next generation of ORV, the trading system. Yeah. If tiger shark is made for institutional level, it's not for retail. But because it needs size, it's $500,000 to $1 million to trade. It'll make ORV look like nothing. Plus, I have the experience of ORV now. Well, Randy, the way it's really difficult for you to sit there and trade when you're full time. Your best bet is to trade at StoneX or at the trade session remotely through Fox. Then they can run it for you. Yeah. Little concerned about how to set it all up. Oh, that's nothing. The trace account, that's nothing. They'll walk you through it. That's not a problem. Actually, we had 3 other guys join us Friday. One of them went active tomorrow at trace session. It was like this. So let me this. But no problem. We'll figure out what to help you out. Let me go there. Anita has a question. I didn't ignore you, Anita. Hold on. This is back to early at 5 o'clock time. Yeah. Are we still in a bear market? I don't know. But here's my issue. My thinking is we're neither right now. Why? No. Let me show you. Let's go here and put SPY in. Let's take it as proxy for the market. Are we in a bull market or a bear market? Down here would be easy. My contention right now is neither. If you look at it really for further perspective over monthly returns, you'll see we're near neutral zone. So I think this is a coin toss. Has even chance to go up or down. I do think we have some headwinds, and I think we've had a lot of good things priced in. So I think I'm not sure. Nobody can be sure. Nobody knows. Bruce Kovner's, Stephen Cohen's, those guys in the world don't know either. I'm not trying to drop names. I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know them, but I have friends who are associates of them. If you ask them, they'll tell you the same thing. That hey, when we ask you a question, we're asking for a friend, but sometimes it's for Steve. I said, don't ask me. I don't want to be liable for that. But I mean, because the size of trade. But I don't know. Nobody knows. But basically, if you look at that structure, we were in deep trouble here. October and November of last year. There's no question about it. We're at sigma level on monthly charts. For us to be a bull market, we got to take some of these out. For example, this level out. So when we hit 450, 455 on the SPY, then maybe we're going back to the bull market. But we can't say we're in a bear market here. I think we're just trying to find ourselves. It's very neutral. That's my 2 shekels. I'm sorry. Oh, I have no idea. I don't know what they're thinking. And I don't think, I think where people write about them too, they don't know either. They're just their best guess. Yeah. But I don't think also they're involved with the market. Their stuff is different. Yes, market has the input, but they're not really concerned about the market. That's not their, what do you call it? Their charter. So I think they're working about their charter. So we shall see. We'll find out. And you're a Fed watcher. I'm not. No. I like to listen to them, but I mean, technically a Fed watcher. That's I don't have the IQ for it. So, any other questions for me? Have I answered every question? Again, I apologize for a technical issue. I should have known. Next time I'll use this Jabra. This Jabra is a Bravo. No, I don't know what it's called, but it's a 550 something of Jabra. The most expensive headset I bought. But I used it for a couple of months and I haven't used it. I just happened to put it on charge a couple of days ago. So I'll remember to use it next time so we won't go through this chaos at the open for the webinar. What is it called? Yeah, Evolve. Evolve 285. That's what it is. Jabra Evolve 285. It's a great headset for like gaming and all that. Who's got time for that? Again, my apologies. I can't get into that, Ani. That's proprietary. But it takes. But so the question is, in what way Tiger Shark takes you over to the next level? I can't. But I'll give you a gray picture, not a black and white. Okay. First of all, it needs $1 million to trade. Okay. Secondly, it trades before the open. Trades in the afternoon. It does not trade after hours, even though it sets up the parameters for trading early in the morning. It basically trades from London open to New York close. Okay. Why is that? Because a lot of hedge funds in New York and Stanford do that. So, the other part is that it does have better indicators. Why? It's a next generation. What we learned from Orb, we put it to Tiger Shark. I never, and then my routine always has been never market your crown jewels. The best stuff is for the house, always. Now that's after you have no problem paying for your next carton of milk. Remember, I started with zero, absolute zero. The day I started this, all my credit cards were locked. The ex-wife lawyer, divorce lawyer, make sure that happened. So that's the day I said I'm going to start the MCLX. Yeah, yeah. I said that's it. This is the time. Well, signup.com and go. So, start with nothing. As I built, I was very generous in giving things away. First 6 months, we didn't even charge anybody. I needed money badly, but I didn't even charge anybody. Why? I didn't know what I was doing, what I was selling, what was the use. I had an indicator, but I didn't know the parameters, how to read it. It was a new indicator, but I had not built the how-to around it. Okay, so but as you grow, and then a lot of things got paid for. We have zero debt. I have a reasonable, nice life. My problem is time, not money. Then you think about, okay, now what constitutes your crown jewels? What things are available to others? What things are not? And this is used for money management. Tiger Shark is built for asset management. It's not made for trading. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying no. You're not. No. Tiger Shark is $1 million for me to manage for you. It's discretionary. Below that, you can use Orb. Orb is very proven. Yeah. Well, Tiger Shark is money management. I've already right now, actually, there are 4 hedge funds who are interested in it. And a couple of them would be enough for me to handle. So, technically, Tiger Shark is not available if the current backlog of contracts gets signed and move forward. Problems, I want to finish the software. So I put everyone on ice, but I have a gentleman who's coming here for a visit. But that in concept, yes. And I don't think he can go more than 5 mil. Remember, it's 49-to-1 leverage. You have to worry about liquidity of the market itself. Yeah. You can't put 100 million to trade futures. Yeah, it just doesn't have room. Right. Any tips or advice? Good question. I am having a question. Any tips or advice for the new guys who are looking for to make it their full-time job? Okay, day trading in the chat room. Start small. Stay very defensive. Your challenge is going to be 90, 90, 90. That means 90% of the time will lose 90% of their account in 90 days. You got to beat that. Now, if you really want to go forward, I will repeat. Rinse and repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. So the next 90 days, then you got to do the same thing. So that you got to survive. How do you do it? Conservative. And also take notes. Have a journal. You have to trade your journal. I'm saying you have to journal your trades. You have to journal your trades. You see, during the day, you hear me. I stop. I got to take a note. I got to write down. Okay. Start with the econ in the morning. Economic data. Do not go with rumors. Price and volume. That's why I don't even read the news. Price and volume will tell me. And what pays me is the price and volume. Okay. Don't overtrade. Understand the indicators you're using. It's the construct. It's the construct. Okay. So you see, as a matter of fact, that's probably the best example of what Peter's going to talk about. You see how Peter almost guesses what the indicator is going to do? Think about that. Remember, indicator is going to tell us what the price is going to do, right? A good indicator. If you don't have a good indicator, forget it. What defines a good indicator? Being a leading tool. It has to turn before price does, for example. Oh, if it does it, what are you even using it? Okay, like moving average. That's junk. Throw it away. It's gonna lag, right? Moving average is gonna one half cycle out of phase, right? You have half cycle out of phase. So boom, no good. So, but look how he reads CI and thinks what it. I read CI. Hold on, let me put it this way. I read CI and ask. Sounds like something Robert Kennedy would say. Bless his soul. He passed away 50 years ago yesterday. Yeah, I think so. What? Not that I'm a Kennedy type, but I'm a Republican. But he was my roommate in college was big Robert Kennedy guy, and but it was definitely a very high intellect. I forgot what he said, but they asked why not. I asked why not, something like that. But here, I look at CI and say what the price is going to do. Peter looks at it and says what CI is going to do. You see what I'm saying? I am. That's enough. How does he do that? He's in the zone. He's definitely in the zone. No interruptions. That's another thing. No interruptions. Trade small. Journal your trades. Be devoted to the indicators you're using. Okay. Don't change indicators. I'm not saying no. You can't have one more. No. But let's say you're using 4 indicators. Stick to them. I have some of my charts, and your dad, bless his soul, he would tell you if he was here today. He would come to his webinar. I haven't changed his charts. You're looking at the same charts that he was looking at. Why? They work. No need to change it. Once you start changing, it's like resetting a mileage on a car, or mileage on a test, or putting gas in the car. You're resetting everything. No. Stick with the indicators that are working. If you need to change one in the blue moon, at the margin, you change one. And if it's not working, you dump it. Okay? You stick with things that work because it's a cumulative learning that matters. By the way, Randy, when we do the Tiger Shark, it's not a fee. There's a fee involved only. % of the wins, of new wins. There's no time. There's no subscription. There's no rental. There's no uh, uh, other charges. It has nothing to do. It's not a monthly fee. It's based on my winning in the account. Yeah. And 0.30. No maintenance fee. 30% of the net new high water mark. Net new trade, so high water. It's a little bit aggressive. Most hedges are used to 225s. I do 0.30. I do believe in it. Yeah, I don't need the 2%. But I want to bear on the back end. And if you look at what we have done, what the results are, I mean, they look at orb and said, this will outdo orb. Oh, okay, can we talk? I said, yeah, but let me finish it. And that's what this rush I'm in. Again, I don't like to be prompted by people. I need a nose. I need a nose. I lose my cool sometimes when people prompt me. Now these hedge funds are prompting me, like, when is it going to be finished? I told them, one more time you ask, I'll put you back on the list. Let me finish it, because I don't think it's ready. It's very complex. With what we're trying to do, so you understand what the problem is. I don't mind sharing this. Okay, here's the orb, right? Let me bring orb over. Here's the orb. Now, it's not trade today because it's a red line, so it's a Wednesday. But see, this is your dome, depth of the market. This is your trade bar, right? This is what's called matrix. If you turn this on under view launch, it's called matrix, and there we go. Is it market? Matrix. There you go. If you hit this one of these open up, then you can add the trade bar. Well, this has a lot of shortcomings. And now this is being recorded, so let me be careful what I'm saying. I don't want to piss off anybody, especially at TradeStation. They are working on bigger things. Okay, there's new updates are coming and so forth, and so certain things, and it always happens in any software. Certain things you got to go away. It drops off. Sometimes you have to break with a cord with the past. When Cortez landed in the new world, the first thing he did is burn his ships. So his commanders had one motivation: move forward. So some things I need here may never be done at TradeStation. I can give a suggestion: take them out to lunch, get them some cigars. But still, they look at it; they're nice, and okay, we'll look at it. Look, we did a lot of changes to Option Station. Okay, but it took us 2 years. I don't have 2 years. That's one. Two, these are minuscule items. They may not want to do it. What we did was we commissioned a couple of guys who were very good to build a app like this. It was called a trading app, and which I plan to hold it here, and would supplement and build some redundancy on what's wrong here. Okay, by account. Because when you're trading size, remember, if you're trading 200, let's say let me do the math. Let's say it's 500,000 accounts. Okay. Let's say we're going to use 70% of it. You can't use all of it. So let's say 70%. So that's 350,000. Each contract is 1848 with intraday margin. Oh, hold on. Oh, don't say it. That's 190 contracts. Are you with me? Okay. So you got 3 accounts open, 190 contracts. That's 600 contracts almost. Let's say you have 3 open and you have they're not the same size, but let's say 2/3 of that. So times another 67. That's 380 contracts open. You know how fast these points are moving up and down? Because this shows the dollars to you. Remember, they're not going to be all one account. There's going to be 3 different accounts. This is the account number. So you got 3 different accounts next to each other. You got 3 domes, depth of the market. You have 3 trade bar, and then 3 DRM, dynamic risk managers. You got to manage 380 AQ contracts. You got, plus you're watching a chart. Now, the chart I'm watching is not this, it's Tiger Shark, but it's not easy. And you have to have a what do you call it? Nerve of steel. And if there's any issues here, we've had issues. You've seen me yell like this is behind. That means I click here. Let's say go by here, okay? And what is it? Hold on. Oh, I don't know why it's saying rejected. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Doesn't matter. Okay. But let's say it's on a sim, something is off. Okay. Point is, you have a bunch of orders up and down. You have a stops in it, let's say you're long. Stops down here and targets up there. And the problem is this. You're gonna may not see it. They're way up there or way down here. Okay. All you see, this thing lit up, this one. This green line lit up, yellow light saying you have a what do you call it, the existing position. We're building tools to manage this much better than these tools. That's what we're missing. The actual this part of it has been running for pretty much I think 15, 16 months now. Yeah, pretty much from early part of 2022. And has been tested too and been traded also. Yeah. I trade daily. I trade now daily. I mean, I've traded for the last 90 days. No more than that. This year I've traded almost every day. Yeah. We had some issues last year. We found out more. The part of it is annotations. It actually writes on the chart, but not in English, but in color-coded boxes. We have problems with that, and that's the newest stuff that Tracy has added, and I'm zero at it. I have no clue. I'm an indicator guy. I know how to build the algorithm for these. I know numerical processing, but how do you change colors? How do you do these? What do you? How do you take over? I'm not good at it. But those are easy to hire. You hire people for that. I'm not saying this is the brain work, but the main heavy lifting is the indicator. Because if the indicator is not good, forget the price. You need to have leading indicators. Without leading indicators, it's like you're driving when you look at your rear view mirror. What good is that? Chart is a rear view mirror. You have to be able to see forward. And they'll be foggy. It'll never be clear. It'll never be clear. That's where risk management comes in. Hope that answers your question. I'm sorry I talked too much. I want to make sure we cover it. Any other questions for me? Okay, folks, let's I'm sorry. What do you mean by dealer positioning? I don't know what that means. Not in futures. I have no idea what that means. You're way ahead of me, Anita. Again, this is futures. There's no. Oh, what dealers do? There is no dealers, really. I mean, there's market makers that are computer-wise, but really not in futures anymore because there's no floor. Really, everybody is basically. I mean, the guys who are doing market making, the small guys are gone. They couldn't keep up. The big guns are very few, and they're big, heavily capitalized. The key is really detecting what they're doing, and you can do it from the dome. But I can't. I mean, we also had one called Gamma Ladder of how to put the orders in. But coming back to dealer positioning, what I really look at more than anything else is that it's the liquidity analyzer. That's probably closest to what the positioning is, but short term, very short term. Yeah, this is very different than stocks. Okay, this is especially in Q, liquidity isn't that big, but that's how it gives you the rewards. Because liquidity is not big, it pushes people to one side. They have to take action. With ES, they can sit there, have a cigar, order a cafe glacé. No, I need a espresso. Yeah, sure. So change your cafe glacé for espresso. Price is still the same. Not here. NQ moves. Yeah. I don't want to sit there all day. You know me. I like to trade a couple hours. I'm semi-retired. My life is in a different spot. I'm really on royalty model, indicators, subscriptions, book sales. Which of course my books has gone, sold all the companies it had at one point. But and then I want to trade a couple of hours, no more than that. I want to also be intellectually active on the political side. economic side, hang out with my dog. I like to enjoy my time. So, but that these days has been impossible. I'm bankrupt time wise. I have no time. So, but that's my own doing because I get involved in these projects, and that's challenging for me. It keeps you stay young. Otherwise, as they say, Florida is God's waiting room. Yeah, you come here to die. They call your number when it's your time. I think I'm here for that. I'm still having fun. The only problem is I stopped smoking cigars. The Cubans, yes. All right, guys, I'm out of here. It's oh boy, 6:30. I've talked for 90 minutes, and I gotta get ready for some testing here. Last question. Anything else? Good questions, Anita. I'm sorry I'm not as smart as you think, so I don't have answers sometimes. I'll try to do better next. All right, I'm out of here. See you guys next week. Don't forget Tuesday, it's Peter Cook's time. Okay? Thank you. And Randy, we'll set something up for it. It's time. I've said it. It's time to do something on ORB. Now that it's basically done. 4.91 has been it. We've been looking at 5.0, but that's internal. There's no change in the logic. It's really made for completely giving up on order processing. This one. That's why I had the DRM built. I put 5.0 online on hold. I said, let's do the DRM, Dynamic Risk Management. Why? Because I want my programmer to prove to me he knows what he's talking about. And guess what? He learned a few things recently. He told me, he says, you son of a gun. I said, yeah. Why do you think I did that? Rather than taking a bigger gamble, let's take a smaller gamble. Let's get this working. If we get this working, 5.0 or 5.0, if we have 4.91, it would be a breeze. And he agrees with me now. At the beginning, he did it, but that's okay. And he's older than me. He's more experienced than me, but still. But not in trading. He's a programmer. But that's a good, usually good mesh. I got two really good programmers. I'm only good in indicators. I'm not good at systems and logic and state and so forth. For example, one of the things we're working on now is to put our variable states. Remember, there are a lot of variables. Anything you think about here is all variables. We're putting that on the cloud. So what if my I9 fails? I can turn around, go to i7, turn it on. With the same login, it grabs the data. So it knows where we are. Think about that. No worries, Randy. No worries. Anything you need, just give it. I'm easy. And I'm also easy to say no. So write to me, see what you need. If I can help you, more than happy to. Not a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you all. We wouldn't be here without your help and support all these years. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Tuesday with Peter, and I'll be there Wednesday. Again, another episode of this. Good night, all.